could you just tell me something about yourself and who you are as a mum and about your gorgeous boys and where you were before you joined the program?
Okay, so my name's Kristen. I have two beautiful boys. I have a toddler who's 3 with cerebral palsy, and I also have a 7-month-old baby boy. So every day I've got at least 1 to 2 appointments that I have to travel to. And yeah, also just life in general, like, you know, keeping the house and the washing and all that up to date is very hard. So I'm a busy mum.
Talk to me about what life was like before the program, how you felt with the
Okay.
and how you felt as a mum.
Yep. So before the program, I was depressed. I was anxious. I was a very negative, like, self-talking person. I was so busy. I'd never eat anything, so I'd get to 4 o'clock in the afternoon and be like, I'm gonna fall over if I don't eat. And that's when I started just to binge eat from 4 to whenever I went to bed. And I'd also do my snacking at night as well. So when I was feeding the baby at midnight, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I'd be eating then, and it would just be muesli bars is my thing, because I could literally just shove one in my mouth while I was feeding. Very sleep deprived as well, and I just was living on coffee and banana bread just to keep me going, because with all the medical appointments I had to act like I was, you know, alert, awake, alive, and try and get through my day and be like a normal person, but inside I was literally dying, basically. Sorry. And so basically it was my health that had made that. Oh my god, I don't even know why I'm crying. My health was so bad. I was so overweight that the doctor was concerned that if I didn't change, I wouldn't be around for my boys, which makes me so sad.
Why you joined, right? So what was it about the Inspired Mama program that made you think this is what I want to do?
The accountability and just having someone there for you that was always on the end of the phone. It was almost like you held my hand. You were here like holding my hand the whole way through the whole journey. And I just feel like it was the accountability, and definitely just an outside person rather than friends and family telling you what to do.
And what sort of things did you learn about yourself on the journey?
I got my health back, my life back. I learned so much through the program, I call it the homework, but I just loved learning.
Talk to me about what your day was like before you joined the program and what your day looks like now.
So my day was unorganised, rushed, busy, always forgetting something, stressed. It was just no time for me. I literally didn't even think of myself, to the point where I'd get to dinner time, I'm like, have I even gone to the toilet today? And most of the times it was a no, because I was that busy. I just felt so much more energy. I just became a more positive person. I felt better about myself, which obviously people could tell pretty much within, I think, about week 4. People were like, oh, something's different with Kristen, and would be asking. I just my whole life changed, basically, from my mental health to my body to my fitness to my relationships, you know, not feeling so stressed and overwhelmed. And it was all just through, you know, like your education that you educated me on, basically. So now I have a little morning routine that I do for myself. So my lemon water, my meditation, just taking the time out, like, you know, just to sit in the sun when the babies are having a day sleep, just to relax. To my nighttime routine, which is to have a shower with my candle, which I love, and just to be, just to also my, you know, to be grateful and the gratitude, just to think like what I'm really grateful for, like. And then at night, I do some more meditation for myself. So from someone who didn't even have time to go to the toilet, and you've helped me to do my scheduling, and so I do have time to fit in these, you know, it's to think about what you're grateful for, like 3 things. It takes 30 seconds, and that's what you've helped me do, to schedule in that 30 seconds to, you know, make my life and my mind so much more positive. So I'm like truly grateful for that. Yeah.
Oh, so talk to me about your weight loss journey. Like, how much weight have you lost now, and how do you feel it's all going?
Yep. So I started off at 94 kilos, and I'm now down to 84 kilos. So I've lost 10 kilos in 12 weeks. I feel so much lighter, so much more energy. I've still got another 12, 14 to go, but you've set me up for life, basically. So I'm just going to continue on. But yeah, I've got energy. Like, I feel like I can get up. You know, I used to wake up in the morning and be like, I don't even know how I'm going to make it through today. And it was, I don't know, whatever time, 7 o'clock in the morning. And that's quite a long time, 12 hours, you know, 14 hours to think like, oh my goodness, I've got to get through 14 hours of this day. But now I don't even have like a little nap. I have so much more energy, and I can, you know, power through my day and not just feel so exhausted. Like, yes, I'm tired, but that's what us mamas are. We're tired, but I'm just not exhausted. And I feel that the weight loss has definitely helped that. So I'm not carrying around that extra 10 kilos of fat, basically. So yeah, I definitely feel proud. Like, I don't even know how, like, I did it. Like, you know, I've failed and failed and failed time and time again. But for some reason, you're like my little angel on the end of the phone. He's kept me going. So yeah.
How your relationships have improved?
With my relationships with my kids, like, I just feel like I have more energy for them and more time for them. So just, yeah, scheduling in time, like even just to sit and play on the floor or read them a book. Like, I was always just too stressed and busy. You know, I felt like I had to have the house clean, but then the boys were just missing out on their mum just to cuddle them or play. So I definitely have a lot more energy and time for them, because I can schedule in that, and you know, just take time out for them. They're only little ones, and now that I know that I probably won't have another one, I just want to savor the moments and just the little, like, you know, snippets of their cuteness. And yeah, just in my relationship with my husband, I just feel like we have more energy, we're more open, we're more positive towards each other. You know, he tells me that he's proud of me like all the time now. He's like, I'm so proud of you.
What sort of things did you learn that you perhaps weren't exposed to or even aware of before?
Yep. So I basically just thought at the beginning it was just like, you know, the health side of things, like the food and the exercise. That's kind of what I really thought That was my expectations of what it was just going to be. But I found it was a lot more like you gave me the education like through the website, which was just amazing, that I can keep on going back to. And I just found that like just taking that half an hour every, like, I think I did it twice a week. I could just sit down there and I could go back to it. So I feel like the education side of it that I could read and go back to, take my notes down and then reread them, was really good. And even just the little things like with like scheduling, like just to schedule in like your food prep and your week and appointments. I just found that so helpful, even though it sounds like it's not a big thing, but it really was a big thing for me, like to have someone say, put this in your diary at this time, do this at this time. It really did help me, I found it, I was less stressed because I knew what was coming up next and what to do, whereas before it was just everywhere. I just had a list of things to do and I had to get through them through that day, but I never scheduled it in. So I found that quite hard. But yeah, so the scheduling, the homework, and just like the little bits and pieces of like, you know, learning to meditate, you know, the apps that you'd tell me like to do, and like just the little tips and tricks about the lemon water and the detox tea, and I found that really, really helpful. Yeah.
Because I remember you talking to me about the fact you were worried about your screen time and things like that, and then we also took a moment.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like I just, you know, I'd look at my phone. I think it was like for someone who is such a busy mum, like my screen time was like 4 hours a day. Like, and now it's like under an hour, just because I've got to do all my emails and paperwork and that kind of stuff. But for someone who's so busy and didn't have time to exercise or eat healthy or food prep, I still had 4 hours to sit and scroll through social media, feeling bad about myself because of, you know, all these hot fitness models that I was like perving on, wishing and hoping and dreaming. But now, yeah, I'm hopefully on my way.
So can you tell me anything that you want me to like improve or to work on, or anything else that you can think of that I could offer that would really
I think, yeah, you've got everything pretty much, you know, down pat really, but I was just like, oh, it'd be cool to have it as a book. You do write your notes and stuff and like go through them I go through them all the time, but as my bedtime reading, but I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to have like, you know, a hard copy.
I know that financially, you know, Inspired Mama is an investment. Do you think it was worthwhile?
100% yes. You know, like I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go shopping. I didn't do anything for me, so that was something for me. So I 100% like it was an investment, and it's not just for the 12 weeks, it's for life, like the education that you get. That is so helpful for your day-to-day, like just living. So 100% yes.
My last question to you is, if you're explaining Inspired Mama to a friend, how would you explain it?
So I would say that it is a Inspired Mummy program. Like it's just amazing program that does have your, you know, your health, like your fitness and your food and your recipes, but it's also just so much more like with the support, the education, and I just feel like it is just, you just have to do it. Like it's hard to explain until you're actually doing the program, that like how amazing it is for your overall like life basically. You know, it's not just about the health and fitness, it's also about, you know, juggling the babies and the scheduling and, you know, fitting in those little pockets of time for yourself that you've helped us to do. And I just feel like, yeah, I got so much out of those little pockets of you know, my lemon water and the meditation especially, and the homework, that it's not actually like a fitness and like food program. It's just a whole life program, I think, and it just yeah, it's just amazing. Like, so that's how I explain it. An amazing program that everyone has to do.